Hi, my name's Phil. I like talking about politics, and in this video I like to discuss the battle in Parliament earlier today over the government's intention to restart the publicly unpopular fracking. Jacob Rees-Mogg came under sustained opposition to the scheme today, and not just from the opposition, many of his own MPs. This is not going to end well for the Tories. But first, if you'd like to be notified of daily news and politics, please subscribe to the channel and click the bell notification icon. So the latest general election model in the New Statesman has Labour winning with a 30-seat majority. Now, this is a real prediction. We don't have to worry about going over the factors that aren't included, like boundary changes and the way a general election campaign changes the way some swing voters think. Doesn't matter. What it shows is that the polling has moved into Labour's favour. And this is since Liz Truss became Prime Minister. You would have expected Truss to get a bit of a bounce back. The public are pleased to see Johnson gone. All Truss had to do was announce a popular package of policies and she'd have her poll boost. It wouldn't last because the delivery wouldn't be there to back it up. But as a short-term measure to give her MPs confidence, it would work. But no, do you know what she's done? She's decided to start a battle with her own MPs. She's immediately announced a series of unpopular policies. I may need to discuss this in more general terms at the weekend, but for now, I'll focus in on the fracking policy. This is not just unpopular amongst the general public. I mean, the Tories get away with that because we don't have a representative democracy. The government is decided by the swing votes of no more than 1% of the population, and usually much less. But fracking is unpopular amongst key Tory voters. It's unpopular in marginal constituencies, which is politically important. Put it this way, I do not believe that the Tory party strategists would have said that this is a good one to pursue. There are no benefits to the Tories, political or otherwise. It won't help our stagnant economy. It'll cause environmental damage. It's going to lose votes in key constituencies. And Tory MPs weren't shy in their opposition. Jacob Rees-Mogg had his policy torn to shreds by Labour's Ed Miliband, who's the Shadow Energy Secretary. Nothing unexpected about that. Miliband is an effective debater. Rees-Mogg isn't. In addition, there are no genuine benefits to fracking at all. Even if you're good at debating, it's still way easier to win if you're actually right and your opponent is wrong. Labour are calling it a charter for earthquakes. I heard that and I thought, ooh, maybe Labour can do slogans after all. Because if that takes hold, that could be really effective. But Labour attacking it's one thing. What was an especially clear sign that this is trouble for the Tories is that the Tory MPs raged against it. Normally, if there's a questionable policy, Tory backbenchers might ask for assurances or they may raise a quizzical eyebrow at the government. On this occasion, it was actually fairly harsh. Rees-Mogg described opponents of fracking as being like Luddites. Tory MP Mark Menzies said, he was a Scottish MP, said there's nothing Luddite about the people in his constituency. I mean, I already spoke about Rees-Mogg's political naivety yesterday, but here he was insulting key voters in Tory constituencies under threat. Because they'd get away with it in safe seats. I could say that fracking will be unpopular in the Tory heartlands, but if it's a very safe seat, the government could lose 10,000 votes and still keep the seat. A political party can afford to sacrifice votes in their strongholds. In fact, it sometimes mads me when people's, party adopts a move, oh, this won't be popular in these strong seats they've got. It's like, okay, they can afford that. Normal political wisdom, however, holds that you avoid at all costs, even sacrificing 100 votes in a marginal constituency. Other Tory backbenchers savaged the policy as well. It was like one after the other. What they wanted to know was that fracking would not be allowed in any community that did not want it. That way you have a situation where technically the government say, yeah, fracking can go ahead, but it doesn't go ahead anywhere because no community is in favour of it. But Rees-Mogg said, oh, yeah, absolutely. We need to make sure local communities are absolutely in favour. Oh, so will they be able to vote on it? No. That would be ridiculous. But he will be offering them financial inducements to reduce the level of objections. So basically, they're going to try and bribe locals to sweeten the pill. But local communities will not have any objections taken seriously, no matter how detailed or strongly supported. This is an absolute nightmare for Tory MPs. They're going to be saddled with an unpopular policy, and constituents will want to know what they're going to do to stop it. These MPs are in the party of government, not opposition. You sort of understand that an MP in a party of opposition can't really do a lot. They can write letters, they can make statements in the House, they can't really do much. If you're in the party of government, we want you to do something. Voters will want to see action. And this is where Labour's Charter for Earthquakes line, I think, is a good one. Because then it almost doesn't matter where the fracking sites are. They could place them all in Labour areas. They'll still be annoying Tory voters. Because it doesn't matter. Because although, I don't think that's the plan, by the way, but although opposition will be strongest at the actual sites, the damaging impact will be felt further afield as a result of weakening the Earth's crust. This is a policy that is going to be unpopular in different parts of the country. And what do the Tories get out of it? What's their payoff? What? Nothing that I can think of. It actively harms their ability to appeal to the public, so it's politically bad. It's good for the fossil fuel companies who will exploit it, but it's not even financial for the Tories. They already donate to the Tory party thanks to the tax breaks they give them. And if it's the case of these companies trying to pressure the Tories, I'll tell you what, allow fracking, we'll give you a bit more. You know, so if they link the fracking to donations, Truss could just turn around and say, oh, you don't want to donate. All right, we'll take away your tax breaks. Now, this is pure ideology, the driving belief of the far right in completely unregulated free market economics. Let them frack and let the market decide if it's worthwhile. To hell with safety or environmental concerns. And it's also a direct breach of their manifesto commitment not to allow fracking again until the scientific consensus was clear that it was safe. Well, it's not considered safe by the scientific community or even the government's scientific advisors. If they want to allow it again, they should put it in their next manifesto, not start it now. Go, okay, I think that this policy is a bad one. So come the next general election, I'll put in the manifesto that will remove the moratorium on fracking. Not do it now. From every angle, this is a policy that Tory strategists must be tearing their hair out over. It's every sort of bad. It's like whatever angle you look, it's just bad. There's no good anywhere. It's the sort of policy you would push if you were a lifelong Labour supporter that accidentally found yourselves running a Tory government. And this is just one policy. One little policy. There's a whole raft of them. I might talk about their NHS plans tomorrow. That doesn't seem to be helping their cause either. So it's not even like the Tories are pursuing some unpopular policies, but then hoping to compensate with popular ones to distract. As far as I can tell, all of the policies that they're currently championing under Truss are unpopular with not just the general public, key target voters specifically. But those are my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comments below. Hope you found the video interesting. If you did, please click the like button. If you'd like to support the channel further, the join button for memberships. And until next time, I'll see you later.